Unlike a priesthood office, which can be held by any number of individuals, for example, the office of deacon, priesthood keys are held by very limited numbers of individuals. Additionally, while priesthood offices are associated with duties that can be shared with other members of the same office, priesthood keys are associated with more unique and specialized duties accomplished by the few who hold those specific keys. For instance, Joseph Smith was given the keys to direct the gathering of Israel and the keys to leading the 10 lost tribes from the north. This was a very specific task, and the keys were given Joseph and Oliver Cowdery and no one else. These keys were not associated with any specific priesthood office. The Quorum of the 12 Apostles was given a key and one key only, directing the missionary efforts of the church. Its president was given the key of directing the efforts of the 12. While the priesthood office of elder and 70 can conduct missionary work, they do not hold the keys of directing that missionary work. The keys of performing sealing marriages are included in the keys of the fullness of the Melchizedek Priesthood and are to be held by a limited number of people. To be specific, only one. On more than one recorded occasion, Joseph delegated the responsibility to conduct a sealing since it was he who was being sealed. For example, Brigham Young performed the sealing between Joseph and Mary Rollins Lightner. Otherwise, the record does not show that, as a rule, the sealing authority was delegated outside of the person who held the keys. Even if a delegation of conducting a sealing did occur, the responsibility to receive the revelation to unite a man and woman within this order of the priesthood would presumably only come through the individual who held the keys. Remember, there is a fundamental difference between priesthood offices with their duties and priesthood keys and their duties. The authority of sealing is associated with a priesthood key and not with the office of high priest. This begs an obvious question. If there is only one person who receives revelations for sealings on the earth at a time, how would that person orchestrate all the necessary marriages? This question assumes that there would be numbers of marriages commensurate with what is happening today, and under that assumption, the Lord's instructions in section 132 seem impossible to follow. The Lord would not give the responsibility of sealing individuals into the priesthood order of matrimony to a single man if that single man was incapable of keeping up with the duties of sealings. Yet, the Lord is quite clear. Only one person can hold these keys. The Lord's arrangement, however, presupposes very few sealings. Of course, when the Lord is directing the sealings through revelation, and those that qualify for the privilege and responsibility are few, there is no problem. Most people in the kingdom fail to qualify ethically, and are not, therefore, called by revelation to enter into this order of the priesthood. Thus, when the priesthood order of matrimony is administered in the Lord's way, the one man holding the keys is not overburdened in his responsibilities, as the number of marriages he is required to perform are relatively few.